In this video, I'm gonna attempt to resurrect and reconstruct LEGO sets that were lost to the bin. Will this be a success or a complete waste of time? Let's find out. So almost anyone who's played with LEGOs likely has a container full of random loose pieces known as the bin. And when you're young and don't keep very good track of your LEGO sets, sometimes they wind up in the bin. And over time, the set gets lost in the bin until there's nothing left of it. So I'm kinda curious if it'd be possible to resurrect any LEGO sets from my personal bin of childhood LEGO, and possibly refill some gaps in my collection. This would entail looking for specific parts among what is probably over 10,000 pieces. I have no idea if all the pieces are even here, but we stay optimistic. Starting with this first set called the Thunder Driller. It's from a theme called Power Miners, and I don't think this one should be too difficult to find because it's a small to medium sized set with lots of large pieces and several bright green parts that are easy to spot. The only thing that got a little frustrating was when I found a part I needed, but it was either the wrong color or an off-brand piece. Yes, there is fake LEGO in here, so we need to be extra cautious. But after lots of searching, the last piece I needed was this small ladder. I found it! And that took about 3 hours, by the way. Okay, I've got all the parts right here, but before we try to build this, these parts are looking pretty disgusting, and we can't have that. So I'm gonna give them a bath real quick. What's Batman doing in here? And now that everything was squeaky clean, it was time for the moment of truth. Alright, the first set is a success. The Thunder Driller was meant for drilling through large caves to find crystals. So it has these massive wheels, and when you drive it, the drill in the front spins. It's really satisfying how it spins in different directions. And opening the back, there's space for a minifigure. Which, just a heads up by the way, some of the minifigures that go to these sets are permanently lost and could be chilling in the Bahamas for all I know. But I did find these two. Overall, it's really cool to have this set back, and it's from 2009, so the nostalgia's definitely hitting. This is a massive LEGO Star Wars Republic Attack Cruiser from 2023. And this is a smaller Republic Attack Cruiser from 2009, but it still has lots of interior space, a bomb dropping feature, a sliding cannon, and in the back there's supposed to be an escape pod, but I lost it to the bin for some reason. Fortunately, it only needs a handful of pieces, the most important one being this round piece with a sticker on it, which I have right here. And after finding the rest of the parts in under an hour, the escape pod was complete. And so is the rest of the set. Now if this ship is ever going down, the minifigs inside will be safe and sound. Oh snap, some fake LEGO got on board. After the first two successes, I'm feeling rather ambitious, so let's try resurrecting a really big set called the Battle of Endor, which has almost 1,000 pieces. I got this one for Christmas almost 15 years ago, so rebuilding it would be super exciting. Not to mention it goes for a lot of money. This one started off pretty easy at first, and I was finding parts left and right. We're looking good, people. Until I ran into a slight problem. I've been looking for a long time now, but there's a handful of parts I just can't seem to find anywhere. And then, it hit me. Not all of the pieces from the bin are in this pile because I've used a lot of them to build creations of my own. Like these two space fighters that can fold their wings and connect together. But one of my proudest creations was this massive dropship I built when I was around 13 years old. I never got around to finishing the front of it, but it had space for 2 minifigs, 2 more seats in the back, rotating thrusters. You could even open the sides to slide out these jetpacks. But the reason it's called a dropship is because when you pull out these axles, it leaves behind this drop pod which holds 3 minifigures, some weapons, and a removable turret to place on a battlefield. So with all these cool features, you can probably see why I've kept it intact all these years. However, this creation uses several pieces I would need to complete the Battle of Endor set, and this dilemma forced me to make a very difficult decision. And after salvaging the necessary parts, all that was left to do was build the set to see if it was worth sacrificing my best creation. Okay, so we got a lot going on here with 5 different builds. Starting with the heroes who have this glider, which I actually found partially assembled with these nice fabric wings and some fishing poles to hold them in place. It can also drop some rocks too, but a more effective rock throwing device is this catapult, with a pile of boulders as ammunition to launch at the villains. And they have this dangerous walker that holds 1 driver. On the side there's a missile launcher, and on its butt there's a knob you can twist to move its legs. This set also has 2 of these swoop bikes, but the main build is this bunker that the heroes are trying to destroy. It has these slick sliding doors that lead to the inside with some chairs and lots of computers. But the best feature of this set is when you press down on these pieces, it recreates the scene where it explodes. So with all the difficulties that came with resurrecting this set, was it worth it? Yeah. But after such a traumatic experience, I kinda wanna chill for a bit and take a look at this bag of parts I found separate from the bin. It looks like it has chunks of sets inside. Like this one right here, which is actually an old Creator Robot set, but I replaced all the green parts with gray to make it look more dangerous and realistic. Also, there's this little spaceship I built a while back. This is a classic Clone Trooper walker with a few incorrect parts, so let's swap those out real quick and add some clones to complete the set. Here's a big green blob, and if we reattach these fins, tail, teeth, and eyes, we got an anglerfish. Nope, not that one. This one has a gold tooth. This is one of those sets that always stood out to me as a kid, but looking at it now, it looks a lot goofier than I remember. I think it might be the eyes. Looks like it has goggles on or something. But it does have this opening jaw feature. And finally, there were a bunch of loose pieces in that bag, but some of them had stickers. Like this one that, according to a website called Bricklink, goes to this UFO abduction set. And a lot of other parts here look like they go with it too. So I'm just gonna start clicking bricks and hope for the best. Alright, so it was only missing a couple pieces, which I either replaced or just left off entirely, but I did pull out the alien that fits inside. But my favorite part about this set as a kid, and to this day, is that you could actually abduct a minifig with this UFO. Okay, so that was a nice little break, but now that we're done chilling, it's time to resurrect a couple more sets from the bin before we wrap this up. Remember that anglerfish we just talked about? Well, that was from a LEGO theme called Atlantis. And one of my favorite sets from that theme was the Typhoon Turbo Sub. I especially remember this set having a really cool transformation feature. And as for the part hunt, this set was smooth sailing. I just found 4 pieces at the same time. This set also ended up using more parts from the dropship, not to mention all the red pieces were really easy to find. Alright, another set complete, and this one went together quite nicely. It's got massive propellers in the front and some small torpedoes. The only thing about this one is that the stickers are in pretty rough shape, but then again, it kinda gives the set a weathered look as if it's been through some rough stuff. Like fighting this shark boy? Okay, now this last set I want to resurrect is one my parents got me for my 8th birthday, and perhaps I was a bit spoiled at the time because when I got it, I didn't like it, and I wasn't losing any sleep knowing it was lost in the bin. But over the years, and after seeing it in some shows, I've actually grown really fond of it. Not to mention, it would fill out the rest of my Star Wars TIE Fighter collection, because this set is the TIE Defender. But for this one, I'm gonna take a different approach and do what I should have done since the beginning, and that's organize all the parts in bins and lay them out on a table. This way, I'll have a better idea of where each part is, and it won't be like looking for a needle in a haystack. Not to mention... my back! Alright, we need lots of these wedge plates for the wings, lots of tiles, and perhaps this is the most important piece. I even managed to find all the minifigs for this one, and soon enough, the TIE Defender was back. This video brought back a lot of good memories, and maybe it inspired you to take a look at your bin and see if you can uncover any of your old sets. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.